Greetings, fellow test subjects. Test subject 1337 here for Aperture Gaming. They make it, we test it, you play it. And welcome to my review of Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. We got a lot to cover and only a little time to do it, so let's get right into this. Series. For those of you thinking that this is a brand new property, I'm happy to say that no, it is not. This series, well, I got some numbers to throw at you. 2016, 2013, 2002, 19, and 17 and a half? What do all these numbers mean? Well, let me tell you. So first off, this game is the 17th installment of the franchise. And I say 17 and a half because they were Ratchet and Clank are the main heroes, and they were featured as one third of the other main heroes in a game called PlayStation Move Heroes. So they've been in a lot of games, both in their own, and they've been mentioned and make appearances in other games. But yeah, the main series I'd say is 17 overall. The next comes the number 19 in 2002. This series is 19 years old, starting way back in the year 2002 on the PlayStation 2. So yeah, and it's this franchise is exclusive to the PlayStation property. So yeah, so it's been on the PS2, the PS3, and now here's what the last title in the series was way back in 2013. That was the final chapter of the story arc starting from the very first game in 2002. 3 years later, in 2016, they had Ratchet and Clank. It was like a reboot retelling of the very first game, and that came out around the same time as the Ratchet and Clank film, which was animated by Rainmaker. And if Rainmaker sounds familiar, it's because they used to be Mainframe, and Mainframe are the people that worked on the animated series Reboot. It was the first completely CGI animated show, and it actually predates Toy Story. So there's your animation history lesson for the day, folks. So yeah, this is a long-standing series. Team. The team behind this game is Insomniac. They did more than just make Marvel's Spider-Man and Miles Morales. That's right, Insomniac, they do good work. Plot. So, 8 years after the events of their final story game, Ratchet and Clank find they have to once again deal with a nefarious villain from their past. This time, they are trapped in another galaxy/dimension, and they have been split up. Clank is now hanging out with a female Lombax by the name of Rivet. And now, so Rivet, Ratchet, and Clank must find a way to work together to reunite and to find a way to stop the nefarious foe and get the two back to their original dimension and galaxy. Gameplay controls. The majority of the series is, and this game included, is third-person platform RPG. You play as Ratchet and Clank, and you jump around on platforms, you smash boxes to get currency, nuts and bolts, and you have to fight off bad guys using melee combat, your wrench, and also you get a wide arrangement of various weapons. Here's what, if you get a chance, look here on YouTube, you can look up the old Ratchet and Clank commercials. Some of them are like, it's almost like MTV's Jackass. It's like, hey, this is the Sheepinator, we're gonna test it out. Hey, this is the plutonium grenade launcher. Hey, this is the lightning gun. So it has some people just test it out. Really creative for back when. It was pretty creative if I can remember the commercials from like this far in. From 19 years on. Yeah, so as you play the game, you run around, you blast bad guys, your weapon levels up, and as you do so, you can either make it stronger by finding something called raritanium. You find these crystals hidden around the place, so you have to explore over the map. So it's blasting, it's exploration, it's leveling up, and occasionally you get to fly some cool stuff. Be it beast or vehicle, depending on the game. Graphics. The game looks amazing. Like I said, it started out 19 years ago, and they have done a great job over time. Aside from, updating the graphics, visually, all these games paint with the full color palette. You get the greens of the jungle, you get various metals of factories, You get desert planets, you get lava planets, you get ice planets, you get every planet possible. And it's just really great. I mean, it is a cartoon-ish sort of look, but everything, it's a great series. Everything looks amazing. And Ratchet is even sporting a bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, and Clank's eyes in the cutscenes, very detailed, very good work. Audio, speaking of Ratchet and Clank, aside from looking like they're supposed to, they sound like they're supposed to. The great voice work behind these, all the characters is great. Everyone sounds like they're supposed to, and all the weapons, everything sounds so great. The weapons sound funny, the bad guys, like sometimes they'll be having a conversation amongst themselves, and then when you sneak up on them, they're like, oh, I can't believe we're here. Yeah, well, look out for the Lombax. There he is! Oh, selfie! Yeah, so they have great conversations, great sound effects from the weapons and from the creatures you fight. So everything sounds really great. Multiplayer. There's been like maybe 1 or 2 games in the entire series where multiplayer was involved, but the majority of the series, this game included, is single player. DLC. Yes, there is DLC for this game. Alright, the DLC, when I ordered this one, here's what. In the game you get costume pieces. Head, torso, legs. And some of them are either just for visual effect and some provide a defense up or offense up, special effects. So this one came up with 1 costume and a weapon called the Pixelizer. When I got the game installed, I saw that I could, for an extra $10, upgrade it to the Deluxe Edition. This came with 5 costumes, a digital art book, digital soundtrack, and 25 Raritanium to help with the weapon upgrades, which is pretty cool. So yeah, there is that, and I'm wondering, will there be other DLC for this? I genuinely hope so. It'd be cool to go to new planets, or maybe visit previous planets from the other games. That'd be awesome. And speaking of the other games, access to the wide variety of weapons they had from the previous installments and see what they'd look like with the modern graphics update and how they would look and play and sound. So yes, there is DLC, and I'm hoping there'll be more. Issues. No, there are no issues currently. Buy, rent, or pass. If you couldn't tell from me ranting and raving, this game is a definite buy. You want to buy this. You need to buy this. It needs to be in your life. Overall score. Gee, the overall score, I don't know. The fact that I am proverbially gushing about this game and its entire franchise, I say this game I give Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart a solid 10 out of 10. If you have not played this series, I highly recommend you do so. Yeah, you can get like the collections. I think the first 3 games are collected in a PS3 game. So look for the discs, or do what I do. If you still have the PS3, look online to see if you can get the games on the store. Also check the PS4. So yeah, this is a great franchise. I love it. The cool thing is how it even references 2 other great games from the Sony PlayStation world. And the cool thing about that is the other 2 games reference and acknowledge their own existence and this one's existence. So there's 3 games involved, which I will cover in a video later on. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank is a great series. It knows how to balance between fun and seriousness. It has great gameplay, and it has been so long since it's been so many years since the last one. It's great to see them back, and I'm wondering, are we getting a brand new chapter in the Ratchet and Clank saga? I genuinely hope so. I'd love to see like I said, DLC for this, and I'd love to see more games. I want to say, let's get back on the spaceship. Let's get back on the hype train that is Ratchet and Clank, because it is not just hype, it lives to the hype. In fact, it goes hyperdrive. Well, yep, I've gushed about this long enough, so what are you waiting for? Why are you still watching me? Why are you still listening to me talk? Go watch the commercials online, and then go get this game and go play the previous ones. And me, I'm gonna go watch the movie. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Until next time, this has been Test Subject 1337 for Aperture Gaming saying thank you for watching, and as always, have a nice day and game on!